Chico and Rita is a 2010 animated music romantic film. It's an international production of sorts and is mainly a Spanish language film with some English and a little bit of French. I know that sounds super complicated, but if you watch it, it'll make sense and you'll be fine. The film was directed by Tono Errando, Javier Mariscal, and Fernando Trueba. It was written by Ignacio Martinez de Pizon and Fernando Trueba. I have tried really hard to remember that, and I'm so excited that I remember. The film is about Chico and Rita, a pianist and singer who meet and fall in love in Havana in 1948. Their love and careers span decades and take them to New York, Paris, and Las Vegas, and also bring them a ton of highs and lows along the way. Fun fact, the film got an Oscar nomination at the 84th Academy Awards for Best Animated Feature. What I really liked about this film is that it still worked even when I was not rooting for Chico and Rita's relationship. Most of the time, I was just thinking, you guys just need to put your pride aside, have a conversation, and like most of this drama wouldn't be a thing. And if this was any other film, I would have stopped watching it 15 minutes in. But the beauty of this film is that it doesn't solely rest upon their romance and relationship. There's just so much more happening and so much more to this film. One of the big things in this film that I think is so awesome is the music and the history behind it. Going into this film, I really didn't know much about jazz. I mean, except for passing like, oh, that's a genre. Seems pretty cool. Keep it moving. But by the time I was done watching, I found myself having a huge amount of respect and appreciation for not just the music, but for the musicians involved as well. And I just love that this film was able to do that for me. And I now have a playlist on Spotify dedicated to the soundtrack for this film. And it's one of my favorite albums right now. There's also a historical and cultural context that helps to shape Chico and Rita's journey. And I loved that the filmmakers incorporated that in this film, because I feel like with most romance films, they'll use lame tropes and plot devices to keep the story going, but instead they use actual events and acknowledge the cultural climate in which these characters lived in to help move the story along. And I think that was one of the huge things that kept me invested in Chico and Rita's relationship, even when I just thought, y'all need a lot of Jesus right now. Shout out to the filmmakers for making an animated film with more emotional depth and realism than most live action films out there. And shout out to Bebo Valdez for the amazing music in this film. Holy cannoli pants, do you want to be best friends? Because I think you're amazing. If you're in the mood for romance, an animated film, or a film with really good music, definitely check out this film. You can currently find Chico and Rita on Netflix, Hulu, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, and YouTube. Thanks for watching. Adios.